yesterday sure was something, huh? Listen, if it's any consolation, I was 100% convinced the Cowboys were going to lose yesterday. Like, I'm a Cowboys fan. I've been realistic all season. We're terrible. We are not making the playoffs. No way we're making. Like, I got us winning maybe 3 more games before the season is over. We're not making the playoffs. I mean, granted, yes, the Cowboys beating the Eagles was great, but come on. It's not going to change anything. The Eagles are still going to be the Eagles. I imagine they're still at least the number 2 seed right now. So, yeah. Although I will admit, again, like I said in my short yesterday, I feel like Dave Portnoy right now. Like, yeah, Ohio State won the national title last year, and they're probably going to win again. They still can't beat Michigan. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys are Michigan. Okay, so, with all that out of the way, good morning, happy Sunday, everyone. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. There was actually a couple games I really was hoping that would go my way, and they didn't. I actually got quite a couple wrong for sure. But I'll get into that as we go on. Plus, I have an NFL pick to make today, so hence why I'm wearing the jersey. Let's see, what's my high? My high is I got to spend the day with my family, specifically the fact that we celebrated both my mother and my sister-in-law's birthdays, which is awesome. Yeah, it's a nice dinner of spaghetti and meatballs, which was wonderful. Mom always kills it when she makes her spaghetti and meatballs. And my act of kindness was I helped around the house, especially watching my nephews and making some of the garlic bread. And obviously the gifts I got from my mom and my sister-in-law. Yeah. Excuse me. I got them both bouquets of flowers, but my mom, I also got some candy as well. I actually got them cards too, so yeah. I did that. Now, let's get into all the picks that I got either right or wrong yesterday, shall we? NFL picks, okay. Now, remember I was 0-1 going into yesterday because I got the Bills game wrong, unfortunately. And I can already tell you right now I'm going to be 0-2 because, if I can get this to load, please, and get to the actual spot I'm supposed to go. Okay. I actually got the Colts losing wrong. I thought the Colts are going to win, but now that makes it 0-2 because the Chiefs won. I wound up being correct about both the Seahawks and the Packers, so now I'm back to being 2-2. Great, 500. Okay. I was correct about both the Ravens and the Lions winning, so 4-2. Okay. I know I'm coming up on ones I got wrong. The Bears winning, that I got wrong. But the Patriots winning, I got right. So that makes it 5-3. Okay. Let's see if we the Browns won. But the Jaguars also won, so now it's 6-4. 6 and 4. All right. Keep going. Okay, so I got the Cowboys winning. That was actually one I got wrong, so 6 and 5. However, I got both the Falcons winning and the Rams winning correct. So now, my overall record for this week is 8 and 5. Yeah, see, I'm 8 and 5 now. So, yeah. Before I do anything, I need to save. I did not do that last time. I made NFL picks. So, there we go. And we double save because that's just what we do. Perfect. Now I have pick number 178. Yes, 177 was the Bucks and the Rams. So this pick would be pick number 178. 49ers and the Panthers? Seriously? Oh, dude, the 49ers got this. I don't know why I'm worried about that. Yeah, dude, the 49ers are going to win this game. They totally are. So, yeah, I got the 49ers beating the Panthers. That's easy. And you think this is where the video ends, but we have a One Piece Manga Chapter to read. Hooray. Alright. Let's see if the God Valley incident finally comes to an end, shall we? Oh, full stop. I'm almost positive it is. And yes, I'm aware that the scanlations have been online, but this is the official translation that I react to. Therefore, this is what the reaction is. Alright, so. Ooh. I like this cover spread. Looks like the Straw Hats are eating sweet potatoes. Hot sweet potatoes in Wano. Hey! There's Tama. There's Yamato. Okay. I like this cover spread. I like it very much. Without further delay, One Piece Chapter 1166. New stories. Okay, it looks like the fight between Rocks and Roger and Garp is over. Roger and Garp are knocked out. Rocks is barely conscious, but he's still sort of talking. Rocks is wondering if he'll even leave this island alive. Ooh. This is interesting. So, it's very rare that Oda will draw this. But we actually see a view from Rox's perspective because he's laying on his back and he's upside down. And he sees 3 of the Holy Knights, including Figurlin Garling, like walking towards him. But this is a perspective shot. Oda hardly ever draws these. It's actually really neat to see. Perspective shots I think are underrated, I feel. It's always so cool because when Oda draws, he likes to draw everything from the outside so his audience can look from the outside looking in. But every now and again you get a perspective shot. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, it looks like Rox is still using the voice of all things. Remember, Rox is asked if he's going to leave this island alive. He's like, nope. I guess I'm not leaving alive. Telling Roger and Garp that he'd better run. Oh. So Garling was the one who finished Rox off. Cheap shot. Okay. Fergie Garland is really starting to become very much hated in the One Piece community, and this just exacerbated it. Oh, I like what Rock says right before he dies. Because he's basically saying, Roger and Garp, you better run, because there's no reason for you to stick around and die with me. Oh, right. Forgot to say one thing. I'm glad you stopped me. Thanks. Okay, looks like Rayleigh and Scott Gabon saved Garp and Roger. Alright. Looks like the island's collapsing. The narrator proceeds to say that it's absent from the pages of recorded history. Oh, Rayleigh is saying to Rox that to Roger that they killed Rox. Okay. Man. This is so sad. Oh well. Oh. I like what the narrator says here. Like a curtain falling on a stage, the island crumbled in upon itself and was shrouded in a deep mist. And you got panels of Garp and Roger and Newgate and Lin and Kaido and Dragon. What appears to be Baby Shanks, Ivankov, Ginny and Kuma, Baby Teach. This broad account of what happened in the mysterious, obscure God Valley incident. But after a brief moment of silence, a massive lightning bolt with countless branches split the sky. And with that, a number of new stories began. Hey, they just worked the title of the chapter into the thing. It's cool. Okay, Aura Jackson, that's Roger's ship. Roger wakes up. Oh, dude! This is what, okay. So back in 2022, One Piece Film Red premiered in theaters, and it was in that movie, it was revealed that Roger and Garp found Shanks after the God Valley incident. This is that scene recreated. Okay. Actually, it's been recreated with a couple of differences. But before that, they got Shaggy safe and sound. She's with Rayleigh. Full stop, there's actually a girl I think that's as pretty as Shaggy, but that's just my opinion that I know. Anyway, let's get into... You know, I get the feeling like this scene is really gonna... Listen, I said this before. The sound of a crying baby always gets to me. Emotionally. When they animate this scene, it's gonna bring me to tears. I just know it is. Anyway, what's next? Okay, looks like there's Downfall of the Rocks Pirates. The story, of course, was heavily sanitized and prominently featured the exploits of Garp the Hero. Everyone is... Okay, this is how Garp the Hero becomes who he is. Okay. The paper was sanitized the way it was because the government paid off Big News Morgans. Actually, at this point, he was just Morgans. Looks like Garp and Sengoku are fighting with each other. The fact that Garp is hating on Sengoku because Sengoku is going to climb the ladder. Which reminds me, the other day, Liam from the Grand Line Review made a really great video about the juxtaposition between being a soldier in the Navy and military in One Piece, where the higher you go in terms of climbing the ladder, as they say here, the more power you have, which is just like that in any other position. In this universe, though, the higher you go, the more power you have, but the less freedom you have to actually exercise that power. Or anything, really. It was like that with Kong. It was like that with Sengoku. It's really looking like that with Akai, with Sakazuki. So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now we're finally back on Elbap because this was Loki's story. Loki remembers that. Oh. Okay, they're talking. I mean, this is basically showing Loki reacting to Rox passing away. Which makes sense. I mean, Rox was the person that Loki idolized. He was his hero. And he died. With Loki even going so far as to say that he thinks that Rox is Nika. Okay. So, Rox reiterated the plan that a lot of One Piece fans kind of came to piece together. So, Rox wanted to be king of the world. He wanted to take down Emu and the world government. His plan to do that was, on his end, he was going to gather all of the, most powerful outlaws under his command, which he was doing. Whitebeard, Shiki, Big Mom, Kaido, Wang Zi, the list goes on. He was also going to try and get King Harold to find the ancient giants of Galley-La, who would follow under King Harold's orders. Together they would team up, and Rox's plan would have succeeded. Okay. Again, it's just like Aerith said to Rox. He wanted to make sure that he was ready to take on the world, and he wasn't quite able to achieve that. I can't help but think that between Luffy, Blackbeard, and Loki, Rox's plan is going to come to fruition. Granted, probably not in the way you would expect. Here's the thing. A lot of people have been saying, like, Blackbeard was Rox's son. Like, what would Rox think of what Blackbeard did to obtain his power? I could see it going either way, actually. On the one hand, I really could see Rox, being proud of his son for obtaining the power that he had. But I don't think he'd be okay with the means. I mean, remember, he killed Newgate, arguably Rox's second in command, to obtain the Guru Guru no Mi. Like, how do you think he'd feel? Oh, let's keep reading. Okay, now it just shows Harold being mad that he couldn't help Rox because he wanted to promote peace among the giants, and so the world government wouldn't hate him anymore. Oh, dude. Whoa! Our Garbage? Seriously, in the entire series, I mean, we've had Luffy and Garp in the same panel. And even back in Logtown, we had Luffy and Dragon in the same panel, but not Garp and Dragon. And Garp's letting him escape. Like, because Dragon's in jail. Oh. And Harold says to Loki and Harden, Loki, you are my sons, I love you both. I want you two to work together. Looks like Harold is going to Navy HQ, Navy HQ in Marineford. Dude, this is the scene where Harold ripped off his horns. Wow. Because remember, for years, Harold's been trying to atone for the sins of 1,000 years of history because the ancient giants were really bad. And he wants to apologize for all those mistakes. So he rips off his horns, causing him to bleed profusely. And he says, I want a chance to atone for our sins. If that means I must be a slave, so be it. Ooh. I think this is where things are getting serious now. Wow, this was a great chapter. Holy cow. I can't wait to see what happens next. I hope you all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm going to help me this video for all you guys watching your video. But you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Did I say happy Monday? Happy Monday, folks. And remember, if you guys want to talk, I always be here to lend. Always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.